because he'd been Tim's mate for 30 years. And now at this moment in time, oh, sorry, yeah. Another idea that he brought to us was John Lennon in his own right, and that was to ask celebrities, musicians, artists, did the book, did you buy the book, did you read the book, how it impacted on you, and Tim basically arranged this whole thing here. So we had Linda Thorson, we had Noddy Holder, we had Tim, come on, rattle some off for me.
We had Sir Tim Rice, we had Stephen Fry, Petula Clark. The list became endless because hello Liverpool and hello Germany. The list became endless because everybody wanted to do it. The beautiful thing about this place, and looking out at you, it's really expressive at this moment, is it's built on love. Thanks to this guy, thanks to his beautiful wife, thanks to his beautiful family, thanks to Pete, of course, and thanks to the Beatles. It's the real heart and soul of Liverpool. And that went out when I wrote to these people. Huge names, every single one of them. I didn't get one person saying how much. They all immediately wanted to do it. And I said, look, it's dead easy, just get a little camera and put your face in front of it. So Tim Rice, who was the first person we approached, he said, oh no, I'm bringing a film crew in for this, which was wonderful. So you can see all these readings from John's book up on the second floor. The idea, actually, I'm pinching it, saying it's me, but it was actually my darling wife who came up with the idea about a year ago and said, you know what, it's going to be the 60th anniversary, we should do something to celebrate, call Rogue. So it's all the right people coming together, bless them. And this place is so good for that. Can I actually just, as I'm here with Frida, just say a huge thank you to her? Because, this is a personal thank you, mic stand. This is a personal thank you, because 61 years ago tomorrow, I was 10 years of age, and I went to see the Beatles in Southport. And you'd be surprised to hear it was rather good. And I came out, and the following day I got, they actually played the Odeon Cinema, which is now Sainsbury's in Southport. And whenever I go into Sainsbury's in Southport, I think, yep, I was in the canned goods section and the Beatles were in the dog food section, which is a bizarre thought. I'm still vibrating from that concert. That's how good it was. And the following day, I raided my piggy bank and thought, oh, I've got to be in the fan club. But it was bloody 5 shillings. So I had to go and buy a postal order. And I remember dropping it into the letterbox thinking, well, I didn't think shit because I didn't use such language back then. I thought, bollocks, I don't know about this. I could buy a lot of comic books and sweets with it. However, that changed completely about a week or two later when I got my first letter from the wonderful Frida. And that letter was included a ticket to go and see the Beatles making Jukebox Jury. Can you imagine being a 10-year-old? You've got John Paul, George and Ringo. You've got Brian Epstein in the audience. You've got Bill Harry in the audience. And you got David Jacobs, for God's sake. Yeah. So, this was mind-blowing in 1963. The fan club was the most beautiful fan club ever, because I suspect there must have been a decision that it didn't make money. It couldn't have made money because you gave such wonderful stuff. It makes me so cheesed off these days when I see fan clubs that cost the bloody earth, and you get utter shite from them.
The Beatles paid for everything.
Yeah, which was wonderful. Again, that captures them, doesn't it?
My postage bill was horrendous.
Well, it had to have been, didn't it?
Yeah, every 2 weeks I used to take the franking machine to the post office. So just the postage bill alone was bad. And then, of course, all the stationery, all the handout photographs, I had stuff to pay, and everything. They just picked the tab up for everything.
To this day, it stands. And I've known a few fan clubs in my time working for various peculiar places in the business. So thank you, Frida. from this 10-year-old's, the bottom of this and the top of this 10-year-old's heart.
So you
It
enjoyed
made-
the show? Did you enjoy Jukebox Jury?
I was all right.
No, we never went.
So stupid.
I remember every second of this, absolutely every second. So then you're free going, can I also, while I'm here, I will be brief, I always say that. Can I just say that a huge thank you to Mr. Best here for last night. Was anybody here at the show of people? Well, I knew they were good. But anyhow, and I was thinking all through the night, because I couldn't sleep, because again, I was vibrating all through the night. And that's saying something with a guy in his 70s. If you make a guy in his 70s vibrate, you're doing good. I was sitting lying there thinking, I wish I could sleep. But I then thought, you know what it was like last night? It was like being in the Lytham Town Hall that time the Beatles came back from Hamburg, and everybody thought, my God, these guys from Germany are absolutely amazing. Because, of course, as we all know, guys from Germany and girls from Germany are particularly amazing. But it was like that last night. The band was cooking. And again, it was all about love, the love that was put into those wonderful songs. The choice of songs is fantastic. It's kind of miraculous, It's one of the wonders of the planet. And I'm not one to exaggerate, as Rogue will know.
Can't half talk though.
I should, first of all, I should say, I should say, first of all, thank you very much for making me an ambassador, which is a beautiful title. I kind of was hoping for Vice Ambassador, because I've always wanted the word Vice in my title, but perhaps you could make an exception with me. And I can't help, as a Liverpudlian, as I think of the word ambassador, see that the word ass is right in the centre of it. So let me just pledge that I will be putting the ass into my work as ambassador for this place. And fine, oh my God, there's bits and bobs.
Yes.
But before that, again, and I know you're trying to get me off, but before that, can I just say two things? As in my role as ambassador, oh president, or whatever the hell you are, actually Basil Fawlty here.
El Presidente.
El Presidente, yes. I'm just hoping that I can at some time go to the Casbah Suites and find Pete and Rogue behind the counter like Basil and his wife doing that. I think that would be absolutely wonderful. And I'm hoping that there will now be an ambassador suite.
Of course.
So we might have to do an extension. My first role as ambassador. Actually, my first role as ambassador, and I don't know whether I should mention this now, but I'm going to, just because you lot are so beautiful. I've got something here for you, and it comes with love, and it comes from love with a wonderful guy from the 60s and his wonderful wife. And his name is, or was, Mike Smith. I'm sure people out there will know him as one of the voices of the 60s, Mike Smith of the Dave Clark Five. And his wife, whose name is Charlie Smith, is a dear friend of my wife's. They both grew up in Indiana. And in 1965, Charlie became Miss Indiana, and consequently was booked to play a role in an Elvis movie at that time. And it was while she was on the set that the Dave Clark Five visited, and she and Mike lived happily ever after. Anyway, we're all good friends, and the beautiful Charlie has been listening with interest of my work here at the my fun here at the museum. And last week she sent over these magazines. She said these magazines, they're copies of 16 magazine from 1965, 66 and 67, a most beautiful teen mag from the States. And she said Mike bought these copies himself, and they were the pride of place in his collection, because they showed the growth of the Dave Clark Five over in the States, along with stories of the Beatles. And she also told me that Mike, wherever they went on this planet, when they got into a new house, the first thing he would put up would be a framed picture of the Merseybeat cover with John, Paul, George and Pete, the poll winners thing. And she said he just loved that, absolutely loved that. So Mike Smith was a huge Beatles fan, and these magazines I would now like to pass to the museum because I think they're rather special, being Mike Smith's own. And it's a delight to flick through them because your dad is in there, writing out about his time working on How I Won the War with John, as he was there through the whole filming. So they're rather beautiful mags, they're not your tatty mags that you get today. And can I finish? I promise, I will finish, do you mind? Just briefly, can I say yeah, absolutely. Mike, thank you, and Charlie, thank you. You're beautiful, beautiful people. Can I just say that one thing that Rogue has come in on big time is this astonishing thing that we're going to do here at the museum, and it's happening because of these guys. 8 weeks ago, I do a lot of work in schools because I used to work for Marvel Comics, and I go into schools and show kids how easy it is to write and create and draw characters and tell stories, literacy programs. Anyway, I was about to set off to a school 8 weeks ago, and I turned the news on, and there was this complete arsehole politician who was saying, we must prepare for war, we must prepare for war, the country must prepare for war. And I thought, how bloody depressing is that? We must prepare for war. And on the way to the school, I thought about the kids growing up hearing this garbage. And then Rishi was on saying, oh, we must bring national service back. Oh yes, that'll work, because that'll give them something to do. And I thought, you little twat, sorry, you little thing. As somebody who ran out the school gates as soon as he could, age 16, and found himself, I thought, no, you can't do that to kids. So I went to the school, chatted with the head of English, and she agreed with me that we got to do something to fight back against this. And on the spot, we came up with this idea, a peace campaign, so that, no, we don't prepare for war, we prepare for peace. And the whole idea behind it is this. We're going to get kids, first of all from that school, to create peace posters, promoting peace. Very simple idea. And then, after that, the idea started spreading from that school to other schools. I called up Rogue and I said, any chance we could have an exhibition of the posters here at the museum? Because this is a kind of John and Yoko and Beatle idea. It's all about love, not war. And he immediately said, you got the space, which was great. And then I came to the museum and I saw the acorns up on floor 3, that John and Yoko's campaign of peace campaign of sending acorns to every world leader saying, please plant these for peace. I wonder how many of the plonkers actually planted, but regardless. And I thought, you know what, if we put all these posters that we're getting into a book, print them as a book, then we could send that book to every world leader as the voice of children. First of all of Merseyside, but then it grew out of Merseyside. Now it's children across not only this country. I've got children in Russia who've sent me peace posters. I've got children from North Korea sending me peace posters. I've got children from Iran, all these so-called enemy states. And we're going to print them because we've now got the backing to actually print these books, and so next year they'll be going out to every world leader as the voice of children. Thanks to the Liverpool Beatles Museum, thanks to Road Best, thanks to the children of the world. So that is an upcoming project, and anybody here, the reason I'm telling you this is anybody here with connections to kids, please let them work on it. You can come and see me at some time today, and I've got my email address and I can send you more details should you need them. It's very simple. All we want is peace posters. Let their mind flow, and let's begin.
And it's because of ideas like that Tim today we're making you a Liverpool Beatles Museum ambassador. there's your certificate. I want that pride of place on your mantelpiece. And there's a little gift from ourselves, a little silver A for Ambassador. Tim Quinn, folks, and of course, Frida Kelly. We'll see you in 20 minutes. Thank you so much.